tonight we have us a beef rib roast, and we're going to trim this thing up, put it on the smoker, probably 225 degrees. It's probably only going to take it maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. So come right back and get this thing going. Okay, here's our 4.5 pound rib roast, and actually it's kind of like the beef ribeye roast. I got a video up. Of course, it's a whole lot bigger, but the other one is. This is a smaller version. We're going to do this a little bit different as far as our ingredients. But the first thing I want to do, I want to get this silver skin off of here. You can skip this step if you want. It's all up to you. I don't like to chew. I want this stuff off of there. I'll take it all off. It just takes a few minutes and make it a lot better. It's a lot better at the end. Also, if you notice, under my cutting board I got a dish towel that keeps it from sliding all over the top of the either countertop or the stove, depending on what you're cutting on. So we're just going to get that silver skin right up off of there. That was pretty easy. Next thing I want to do, the way we're going to cook this, I'm going to get all the way under that fat cap there. If you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to trim this back. And yeah, you're going to get just a little bit of meat. That's fine. Just try to get the least amount you can. Because this right here is that's really the meat that we are after. But I'm not going to trim this all the way off, because I want to use it protect our meat while it's out on the cooker. You'll see here in a second what I'm talking about. You can also see is once you find and I got a little bit of meat, but not much. But once you find the edge of where that is at and where the meat's at, you can just follow it right around it. Just a little bit of that off of there. Okay. That's kind of where we're going to leave it. A little bit of that right there. I don't like it. I'll get rid of it if I can get under it. And that stuff's just going to be a tough chew. So, anyway, so now we can season all the way around it. There's another little spot. Let's get it. Now we can season all the way around it pretty much. I don't like the way that looks. Get rid of it. And when we lay it in the cooker, we'll lay that fat cap back over it so it'll still do its job. And there's really not much meat here. That's just a big hunk of fat they're selling you for what I think $8 a pound or something crazy like that. So that's all the trimming we're going to do. We'll come right back. We'll get it seasoned up and in a pan and out on the pit. Alright, I just made a compound butter. Real simple. I used, this is rosemary, garlic, a little bit of thyme. You know me, I'm not real big on the measurements. I just had some butter in here, stuck it in the microwave for 15 seconds to soften it up, and then just put that, the rosemary, garlic, and the thyme in there to taste. So the other thing we got to do, we need to salt and pepper this roast. So we're going to salt and pepper it. And get it all the way around. All four sides. That's pretty good now. I don't know how the salt's going to shake out of here. It's not like there's much in there. This is just regular iodized salt, nothing fancy. Black pepper got me. Okay. Now here, this is just a foil pan. I do have a rack in the bottom. So I'm going to start out, we're going to get the bottom side of this. Give it a coat on everywhere. Then we're going to lay our fat cap back over it. I'm going to flip this thing over. Okay. The rest of our butter concoction here, compound butter, herb mixture, whatever you want to call it. We're going to throw it back up on there. We're going to use it all. I'm going to get rid of this fork. And if you watched any of my videos, you see I'm a big fan of these gloves because I'm going to show you. Now see, that's ready to go out on the pit already. How do you like that for a quick prep? And how do you like that for a quick clean hand? So I'm going to go out and get the pit ready. We're going to run this probably about 225. I'm probably going to put it on the big pit, but I'm going to use one chimney of charcoal because I want to keep the temp down on this. It's probably about 35 minutes a pound, 4.5 pounds. I'm guessing 2.5 to 3 hours. I barely trimmed any weight off of it, so I'm guessing it's probably still really close to that 4.5 pounds. So I'm going to go out and get the pit ready, and then we'll come back. Okay, we're out here at the pit. We're looking for around 225, but it's wanting to run about 250, and it's probably, I don't know, probably 30 degrees or something out here tonight, 35. So I don't have any of my welding blankets on this pit because I'm trying to keep the temperature down. So we're just going to throw this thing in here. I do have a water pan over here in this corner, and I got some hickory smoke going. So we're just going to put that in there. Now that's on a tray on a rack down inside the pan. And we'll come back and look at this thing probably an hour or so. I'm going to monitor the temp and try to keep it down as low as I can. So we'll come back and look at this in about an hour. Ready?
Yeah.
You going?
I'm ready.
Okay. With our rib roast here tonight, we're gonna make up here some potatoes. And what we've done, we kind of quartered up some potatoes, onions. We got a little bell, got some Hungarian wax pepper in there. But what I want to do, I'm going to get this thing going. This is our baking dish. We have some green beans here too. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on the bottom over here in our dish. Get rid of that. Now, I'm going to tell you about the green beans. The reason that I boiled these or pre-boiled them is because they're home canned beans and they need to cook a lot longer than what these other vegetables. If you're using beans out of a can that you buy in the store, you don't have to pre-boil your beans, just put them in with this. So here's how we're going to treat this. I'm going to take some olive oil, probably a couple tablespoons. We want enough there. That's a lot. We got to make sure all that gets coated really good. And then I have some Italian breadcrumbs. And once again, I really don't do measurements. If I do, then it usually doesn't come out as good. So we got a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic's always good on everything. This is some restaurant grind black pepper. You can use coarse, you can use table grind, whatever you want. Iodized salt. And then last, a little bit of parsley. I'm going to put a lid on this. And we're going to do the shake, shake. Get this stuff all covered up. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Looky there, camera baby. Look good. Alright. Now we're going to take this and put this right back into our baking dish here. Put it all in there. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to get some of that extra goodness out of that bowl. Don't want to waste any of that stuff. Oh. That's like $100 an ounce stuff right there. Okay, now I'm going to move this around a little bit here, honey. Get it leveled out. Okay. Those are going to be our vegetables to go along with our rib roast. Now I've got the oven preheating. I'm going to do these in here in the kitchen. And I've got it preheating on to 375. I'm thinking maybe, I'm going to look at it a half hour, 45 minutes in, give the potatoes a poke, and then, man, this is going to be good. See you in a minute. Okay, I promised you to look at it an hour. It's been an hour. Let's look. Oh, it's looking good. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I don't know. It looks like it. The water pan's doing good, but meat's looking pretty good. Temp's running about 240. I did end up putting a welding blanket on the firebox. Remember, I got one chimney of coals and water pan on this end, and we're trying to stay around 225. Been running about 240. So we'll come back and look at it here again in another hour. It's supposed to take 35 minutes a pound, so we'll see what goes on here. Alright, in that last clip I forgot to tell you, I just looked at the temp outside. It's 29 degrees. Well, Big Daddy Smoker out there, he's doing a good job tonight because he's wanting to run hot on one chimney of coals, and hey, I'm happy for that. But anyway, we're into the veggie mode right now. So this is where potatoes, beans, some bell pepper, some wax pepper, some onion, and I got the oven on 375. We're going to throw these things in. I got it sitting on a pan. I don't think anything's going to boil over, but I like putting stuff on a pan before it goes in the oven, just to be safe. So we're going to throw that in there. We're going to check it in about 45 minutes. Hey, we're 2 hours into this cook. I just checked the temp on the meat. It's at 109. The coals are just about gone. It's holding 225. Been keeping the hickory smoke to it. I did start another, I don't know, a little over half a chimney of charcoals. I'm going to add those in a minute. But that's the update on the meat. So we're back into these vegetables here, our potatoes and stuff. So I'm going to pull these out of the oven for a minute here. Now they're starting to brown a little bit. And what I want to do here, there it is. I knew I had a fork somewhere there, camera babe. I found it. I want to look and see how much moisture is in the bottom of this. And it seems like it's got probably enough moisture. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cover these up with some foil. I'm going to seal them up. I'm going to put them back in the oven, and I'm going to check them probably another half hour. I want to get them to where they are fork tender when I poke a potato. See how that's still hard? We want that to be soft, so we'll come back when that happens. Alright, here we go. We just brought this thing off the cooker. This is what it looks like. It's running 127 to 131. So we're going to cover this with foil. It has to rest for 15 to 30 minutes. Our vegetables are done. I checked them a minute ago. It took them an hour and 45 minutes, which was like 45 minutes uncovered, an hour covered. 375. So we're going to cover this up and throw it in the box. We're going to wait a half hour and we'll be back. Alright, here we are. It's been 4 hours since we actually put this thing in the smoke. It took 3.5 hours and it stayed probably, I was looking for 225. It stayed around 250, probably average. It took 1 full chimney of coals, a couple hours in. I put about another half a chimney of coals in it. And it took it, I guess, 3.5 hours. We got a half hour's of rest on this. And we're going to cut into this to see what we got. Alright, now I took this to about 131. I'm expecting a medium rare because I figured it probably gained about 5 or 6 degrees. So depending on what you want, I need, alright. Okay, we're going to cut into this, see what we got here. Look at that smoke ring. Wow! I don't know. These might be your slices because these are looking well done. You like that well done stuff.
I do.
Not me so much. I like the medium rare.
You like the blood.
Let's cut straight into the middle of this, see what happens. Yeah, it's a decent medium rare. So, hey, we're going to make up some slices, make up a plate. We'll come back, take a taste of this. Oh, we got our vegetables here. These vegetables took, I think, an hour and 45 minutes at 375. We left them in for like 45 minutes, and then we covered them for an hour. And then after an hour and 45 minutes, they've been in a warming box. So we're going to make up a plate, and we're going to try this here in just a second. Sorry, I was already tasting it. I'm getting ready to take a bite of these potatoes that we made. We'll see what goes on with those. Pretty good. Pretty good. This is a perfect medium rare. I pulled it off, I think, about 131 internal temp, but I guess if you want it more done, take it up. That usually goes about 10 degrees, so you know, if you want it, I guess instead of medium rare and you want it medium, take it up 145. I guess you go up as you want it more done beyond that, but right here, this is killer. Got a different flavor profile than the other ribeye roast. The video that I have up was a really quick trim, fairly quick cook, and it tastes awesome. So until next time, keep it smoking.